Welcome to the Great Gathering of the Bodacious, the Ginseng, the Thubuthuhud, the Part 2. Round review number 3. Why do I always feel the need to do these intros in like such a weird voice?
No, intros are very important.
They're very important, indeed.
They are important. What?
That's Gyatso, by the way. Forgot to introduce him.
Hey, guy.
This round review, we have a lot less time to record. Gyatso has to leave. I don't have my watch on. In like half an hour. So, and obviously it's not gonna feel like half an hour for you because I'm gonna edit it down in post. But still, yeah, we're gonna be going through just the most interesting games. Don't be offended if we don't go through your game. I'm not calling it uninteresting. It's just uninteresting, you know. So yeah. Let's go right into KFCMan versus Sparked. All right, let's see what happens here. We're just gonna speed through it. Bison openers, very classic, very classic. Sparked is employing the strategy that he has developed with his brother that seems to get that win every single time, but KFCMan is blocking it early. See, Sparked was just gonna put the Lotus right there, wait for KFCMan to capture it with his Orchid, put the Lotus card back out there, push it with the Bison, but that is no longer possible here. I'm talking very fast because we have limited time. And so instead, Spark has to go for a different route. He brings the Lion Turtle up over there so that the Lotus is a different direction it can go. KFCMan bringing out his Lotus, Spark bringing the Ginseng to the very far right side of the board. Lotus is out pretty far from KFC. Spark pushed his Lotus out even further, not protected, which is interesting, and KFCMan takes advantage of that. Spark puts it right back out there. And this is interesting because the only piece protected here in Spark's whole setup is that Bison. I wonder if KFCMan's going to take advantage of that. He does! He captures the Lotus again, just getting that Lion Turtle farther and farther into Spark's side of the board. KFCMan's like, okay, things are heating up a little bit too much. I'm gonna get this Lotus protected. And then Spark takes the opportunity to capture KFC's Lion Turtle. The Koi is now out from KFC. He's starting to develop that a bit more, getting that Lotus a bit farther out there. Dragon is out too, developing a lot of tiles. It's very good to develop tiles early in the game. People will remember that, okay? Get a little bit of wisdom. Wait, okay, I think I just missed 2 capture things while I was on a tangent there. That's the Badgermole captured and the Lion Turtle captured. We have 2 players who just aren't protecting their pieces at all, and they're just whamming each other down. I mean, let's look at the captured pieces here. We have captured from Sparked, capturing KFCMan's Lion Turtle, Badgermole, and Orchid, and things are looking better for Spark because it's only his Orchid and his Lion Turtle that are captured right now. So an absolute capture war. Kind of makes sense for this to be coming from Sparked because he's a chess player. He kind of just like, I'll capture this and I'll have that captured back, but that's okay. He's used to capture trades and determining value on pieces and making choices according to that. That's a double Ginseng protection, very far, but still a double Ginseng protection from KFCMan. Spark breaks the Ginseng protection. KFCMan freezes Spark. Spark's break on that is very interesting because this Badgermole is very far into KFC's side of the board, but that's okay because it's in protection from his Ginseng, so it's ready to just do some craziness there. Okay, Sparked bringing that wheel over to threaten the Lotus. KFC protects the Lotus in response. Sparked moves his other wheel to threaten the Ginseng that's protecting the Lotus. And KFC's like, that's it. I need to bring a Bison in for some reason. And Spark's like, haha, well, guess what? I did that. And then, the Bison was there, so the Lotus could jump. So that wheel is no longer threatening that. But makes sense because Spark can now capture the Dragon. Spark has 2 tiles on the board until he has 1 tile on the board, sad days. And now the Dragon has been brought up from Spark. Wheel in from KFC. We're on move 17H now. We're getting pretty close to the end, I think. Lots of capturing happening here. That's the Orchid to the wheel.
Important to note here is that we see right now that Spark has captured more tiles than KFCMan has. So Spark is tile-wise having an advantage.
And then KFC is bringing that bison over to a place where the Lotus can jump out. I'm guessing he's preparing for a Lotus capture, which Sparked does. It's cool because he uses his dragon's ability to boost that bison, which I know Gyatso is gonna love.
Always.
Always, yes. So yeah, that bison is boosted, able to capture the Lotus. It's also cool that KFC recognized the bison's boost and prepared for it. That's actually pretty impressive that he was able to look that far ahead. Oh, a wind threat from Sparked. KFC's like, I'm not about to use my wheel for a wind threat for my opponent. Koi in play, freezing that bison so it can't push the Lotus. But, oh, they forgot the Badger Mole was there. How sad. And it's super cool that they had that Badger Mole already in there, protected from the Ginseng, just ready to help him out for that final move. Wow. Amazing gameplay from both sides. They're both showing that they understand this game a lot. Briefly touching on the 7-move game from Ender, 318, and Rellius. This is a very short game, so we're not going to say much about it. But it is interesting that Ender has made the classic mistake of not realizing that the Koi does not stop bison pushes. Remember that, folks. Koi doesn't stop bison pushes or Badger Mole pulls. It doesn't. So we have a Koi over here to trap, but that doesn't matter because the bison can push right through that. That's the end of that game. GG's.
GG. Boom.
Boom.
The Butter Bomb. It's the Butter Bomb.
The Butter Bomb. I like that.
All right, the next game we've chosen out to show you guys is the game between Pip and Metagross. We have Pip at the top as the host, and we have Metagross at the bottom. So we have the classic opener with Bison to Lion Turtle from both players, starting that Lotus development. We see that from Metagross, and we see the same from Pip. Pip using the Ginseng to protect the Lotus, Metagross pretty much ignoring that, just to get it up there. We get a wheel capture from Metagross very quickly, and Pip decides to counter that just by capturing it with their Koi.
What I like about this wheel capture is that usually the ultimate counter to a wheel capture is just to capture with the other wheel, but I think Metagross is recognizing that Pip has the bison in the way there.
Yeah, so setting up for a threat against that bison as well, but as mentioned, counters it with that Koi. So we see Metagross moving up that Ginseng tile. Might be to kind of develop some other tiles to infiltrate Pip's area later on. Pip using Badger Mole to Koi, bring that Koi a bit forward, being able to trap enemy tiles and helping the Lotus development. Oh, and we get the double protection from Metagross there. The Ginsengs are protecting each other.
They're pretty far out.
Pretty far out. Critical state, and the last Ginseng development is also helping the Lotus getting even further, right? So there's some stuff happening here. See how that develops. Pip just blocks off that way for the Lotus not being able to go there. Important block. Crucial spot on the board.
Protected by the Ginseng as well, so that's powerful.
And we see Metagross moving the Lion Turtle into Red Garden, developing it a bit, creating some new threats towards Pip. Pip decides to move the wheel to create a threat against the Lotus. The Lotus is not being protected right now, so Metagross will have to do something about that. Boom, there's the protection. We remember that Ginseng is also in protection, so there's not much Pip can do about it. Pip also decides to relocate the Ginseng and protect, give the Lotus some double protection there. Metagross with Badger Mole, wheel bringing that forward, putting some pressure on Pip's bison there. Protected though, but there's that pressure. And at the same time setting up for some Lotus D development. Maybe they want to go into Red Garden.
That's what I was thinking. It's probably trying to loop it back around to the Red Garden there.
Yeah. We see Pip bringing up that Orchid, setting up for getting their Lotus to the midline. And we see Metagross protecting their Lion Turtle from being captured by that Orchid, which was just developed. Putting that protection there, yeah. And we just see Pip is mainly focused on getting tiles forward to help that Lotus develop even further, moving that Koi there. One spot blocked by Meta, and then Pip jumped the Lotus to the middle of the board, a crucial spot of the game. Oh, but that Lotus is now pushed by the Bison. Meta uses their Bison to push Pip's Lotus back. And we see here, this is a very crucial move Pip is making. Pip is capturing that Ginseng right there, making the Lotus very vulnerable. Metagross has to push that Lotus, otherwise Pip will win. Because Pip can reach the Lotus with their Bison and just push the Lotus into, you know, the other side and win the game. So Metagross is forced to make that Bison move and push the Lotus further back, but by doing so, they block the Ginseng protecting each other, which now means that Pip can just capture that Ginseng there and create a threat against the Lotus. And how does Meta answer this? Well, he sees that Pip's Lotus is also not protected, so actually captures that Lotus, and the Lotus is brought all the way back to the temple, really resetting Pip.
It's not a super devastating move, but it's still, because that Lotus can develop pretty far out from there still. But yeah, it did protect Meta's Lotus temporarily.
Yeah, for sure. So we see that Pip answers with getting that Bachamel forward and jumping the Orchid, and actually setting up for a win, a very long jump for the Lotus. And Metagross does not see this because he might be. I've actually made the same mistake in my game before. They might be thinking, oh, the Lotus is way back there, a lot of tiles, but nothing's really happening. So I might as well set up for a win opportunity myself. But by doing so, if that was their train of thought, they do not see that win opportunity Pip has and just makes that enormous jump. Well played.
Woo! You love to see a huge jump. That's always fun to see.
Yes.
GG. Any other games you want to review? Did I have a cool game? We don't need to talk about my game actually. Oh gosh.
There's the game chat. GG. Yikes, I am dumb. GG. Oh wait, Captain won this game. Come on.
It's embarrassing.
Wait, what happened?
It's embarrassing. I literally moved a tile in that he could jump over to do the win.
Oh, devastating. He uses your Lotus to jump over. Like, wow.
Right
Captain,
there.
well played. Dallin, you got destroyed. This must go into the match review. We don't need to talk more about this game, but this was just perfect. Let's go. You lost your game, right? But I actually also lost my game. Morbius won against me, and we did have a pretty fun chat going on. We really had a long chat, and as soon as I made my terrible move, basically the same move as you, giving them the win, you can see my last move. I'm capturing that Bachamel, basically just setting up for Morbius to win, and I just wrote very quickly. Do right that. Oh, is it all the way up? I immediately wrote, because I saw my mistake, and then I just wrote, wait, undo in caps. But it was too late. They made a move and they won the game.
Undo.
Yes. But this was a very interesting game, actually. Morbius played very well in this game, and yeah.
That's
sure.
the Koi in from Gyatso, Bison push from Morbius Classic, and Gyatso putting in the Ginseng to protect that Koi so that it can get farther in. Morbius bursts the Lotus out, Gyatso responds with his Lotus out. Morbius develops that dragon, and Monkey Gyatso does a threat from his wheel to the Bison. Bison responds by using the dragon's boost to get very far in and get protection from the Ginseng. And that's the wheel continues to inch farther out from Gyatso. likely setting up a... Is that for a Lotus jump in the future?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely is.
And then Morbius puts his koi up like, hey, I'm gonna try this little Gyatso koi thing, see if it works out for me. And then Gyatso getting that wheel into position so that it can jump over that... getting that Lotus in position so it can jump over that wheel. So he's already been setting this up from the beginning. Or from a couple moves back, I guess. Morbius gets the Lotus ready to develop. They're both kind of just developing tiles, getting their Lotuses up there. Oh, never mind. Something devastating happens. A dragon attacks a koi viciously and brutally. And that's the wheel in. The wheel is kind of serving a double purpose there of also being there in case something were to capture that koi. Oh, yep. And the wheel is out as well. What a terrible capture war that is going on here. Gyatso isn't super afraid of tiles being captured here because everything's protected by Ginseng. I think it's interesting that Gyatso's right side of the board is very underdeveloped right now. He's probably going to want to do something about that. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. Gyatso putting some protection on that koi. Not double protection though, so we'll see what happens there. Lion Turtle capture. Protected by that Ginseng. So, oh man, that is a very scary Lion Turtle that Gyatso has in there. Morbius brings in the Badgermole. Probably going to try to... What is that Badgermole doing? Gonna move the Lotus or something?
I'm actually not quite sure. I do not remember what happens with that move. We'll see going forward.
A wheel threat. I'm guessing a threat. From
yeah, against the Lotus.
Although it is protected by the Ginseng and now double protected. Not sure why I felt the need to do that.
Yeah, that's right. Bad move by Gyatso.
You thought that it wasn't protected. You dumb man.
Whoops.
And Badgermole also protected now. Orchid brought in closer from Gyatso. Other Orchid brought in closer. Appears that we're going to have 2 Orchid trades. Yep. And Gyatso opts for a koi, and Morbius opts for a Lion Turtle. Fight! Aw, they're not gonna duel. I was hoping they'd like come at each other and have an epic duel in the middle, but no, okay, whatever. Yeah, that works too. It's whatever. I don't really care. Whatever. Yeah. Koi brought back to get protection from that Ginseng. Morbius is developing a bit more of a fortress there. Gyatso is dumb and gets his orchid captured.
Yeah, it's not good.
Morbius brings his newly born baby little lion turtle into the gameplay. And Gyatso does something with that Badgermole, not really sure what's going on there. Gyatso, why is your Badgermole moved like 1 space to the left? What is the purpose?
You'll see on the next move, on the 2 next moves.
Oh, wow. What happened? Why did that happen?
And then the next move again. And then I moved back.
Why? Okay. Let's just appreciate what just happened. You're like, here, come catch my wheel. Okay, cool. Close it back up again.
Okay. Give me a sec.
For what reason, Gyatso?
All right. Anyways, my thought was, I want to develop my Lotus even further. I don't know why, but the past few games I've been very blinded playing Ginseng and only just focusing on Lotus development, and it's not good for my gameplay, or for my game always. So that's basically what's happening here. I see that there's that wheel threatening, so I cannot bring my Badgermole up to jump, pull my Lotus over, right? Well, I can do that, but if I do it, the wheel will just capture my Badgermole. So the thought I had is, well, I just move it away, and then if he does something else, I'll take his wheel with my wheel. If he takes mine, I'll just move back. So I guess I hope that he would do another move so I could just capture his wheel. But playing on those kind of hopes just shows you're a bad player, and that's basically what happened with me right there. I was just making bad play. and it just
Okay.
looks stupid.
It is so funny to watch. I'm gonna watch it again. Boop, boop, boop. It looks like the kind of game where it's like a player playing himself and is like, I'm just gonna open it up, get that wheel real quick. Okay, cool, got it. Now close it up again.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's sad.
Okay,
Oh,
we'll
man.
stop making fun of Gyatso now. Okay, a lion turtle brought in from Morbius for whatever reason. And then Monkey Gyatso getting aggressive with that koi. Morbius developing the lotus jump there. He's actually threatening a win. Gyatso is like, nah, I'm not about to have my lion turtle used for such evil purposes. And Morbius is like, okay, we don't even need you anyway, lion turtle, so get got. And it's like, I'll just capture it. That's a super good idea.
I think I write the undo. No.
I think we were both idiots this round, Gyatso.
Oh man. Yeah.
Maybe me. I was more of an idiot than you though, but yeah.
No, I'm not sure I would say that. So I wrote also in the chat, would have loved to continue to see where it would go, but a lesson learned: do not work while playing Pai Sho. Yeah, I was at work and I was just doing multiple stuff and was like, why did you do that? Now I'm just gonna capture it, but I completely forgot that lotus jump. So, well played, Morbius. Good game. Very nice. In Crazy Pie Guy versus AvatarSimon, we see kind of the same blunder happening as in the game between Pip and Metacross. So we see in the game between Crazy Pie Guy and AvatarSimon, we see the similar kind of blunder as in the game between Pip and Metacross. It's not a very long game, but essentially what is happening here is that, well, both players get their lotuses out, and then AvatarSimon has an opportunity to capture Crazy Pie Guy's lotus at move 3G, and does so. And starts to focus on developing their own lotus because, nothing is scary or anything. Capturing cannot happen, and the lotus is all the way in the back. So they just focus on developing at their own tiles, but not being aware that Crazy Pie Guy all of a sudden can make a very far lotus jump.
Woo!
And wins the game.
That's huge.
I guess you pulled it up. I didn't even tell you to pull it up, so I just...
No. You just were talking, and I was like,
yeah.
Find the game. Okay. Go to where he's talking about. Okay. Well, thank you for joining us on this much shorter and much quicker version of the round review. If you like it in this style more, where we just go over the most interesting games, let me know. Yeah, I just want to make content consistently throughout this tournament that you guys will enjoy watching. So it's all based on what you guys say. So yeah, thank you for joining us, Gyatso, as usual. Woo! And also thank you for making such an awesome game for us to play. Super cool of you to do that.
Aww.
All right, and yeah, that's the end of round review for round 3. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. I was hoping you'd say like goodbye or something.
Yeah. Just end it with that. Aww. Perfect.